Good evening. The time is 7 o'clock and a quorum of the Conservation Commission being present, I call this meeting to order, the October 6th, 2021 meeting of the Conservation Commission. Before we begin, I will say that special town meeting was yesterday and the most important article passed, Article 7, which gave the Conservation Commission 32.5 acres under our care. So just want to point that out to everybody. All right, approval of minutes. We don't have any, so we can skip that and get right to agenda. Actually, not right to agenda item A. We will skip to D and then F to continue these. All right, so can I have a motion? Can I have a motion to continue the public hearing, abbreviated notice of resource area delineation, Civil Design Consultants, Inc., Vale Street and Tadmuck Circle, Assessor's Map 112, lots 2387-94, to the next meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those against? Hearing none. The chair votes aye as well. The motion is passed. All right. And can I have a motion to continue the public hearing, notice of intent, Civil Design Consultants, Inc., Tewksbury Country Club Residences, Assessor's Map 85, Lot 45-UB02, DEP file number not yet assigned. Can I have a motion to extend that, to continue to the next meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
The chair votes aye as well. That is also passed. All right. Agenda item A, request for certificate of compliance, Town of Tewksbury Department of Public Works, Main Street, Assessor's Map 47, 48, 59, 60, 61, 72, 73, 83, 84, 85, 95, 96, 97, DEP file number 305-1053.
Good evening, Andrew Stack, Tewksbury DPW Engineering Division. And I'm here to request a certificate of compliance for this project's a water main replacement project. The construction occurred over 2018, 19, 20, and 21, I believe, over multiple different contracts on Route 38. Work's completed. I walked the site with Joe a week or two ago. There's some erosion controls that are still there, basically in the lot that's right next to, between Deli King and the old police station. There's a wetland over there. There's some hay bales, some straw wattles that are still there. I tried pulling all of the remaining wattles because the contract's closed out with a contractor. Mm-hmm. So I was personally pulling those straw wattles and got kind of covered in poison ivy. So if you guys want them to be pulled, I can certainly pull them, but I'll probably have to wait till early spring when kind of the vegetation dies down. And some of these wattles are, the vegetation is growing into the bottom of them, so they're kind of well rooted, so you're going to be pulling out some vegetation as I remove these wattles. So it's up to you guys. You could leave them in place, or if you want to pull them, or if you want to just cut them open and spread the straw out, I'll do whatever you guys want. The actual construction work was all within Route 38, and so the existing roadway surface is basically what goes back. So we're not didn't change any grades or anything like that.
So are the straw wattles next to where they're building at the old police station? In between the police station and Deli King?
In between the old police station and then
right.
935 Main Street where they're doing that new subdivision thing.
So I think I'd leave them there. I mean, it can't hurt because if they're building next to it.
They have their own erosion controls installed for that side as well.
You never know if the amount of rain we've had, you never know who's going to run off onto Main Street and into the wetlands.
they don't do any harm, to be honest.
Right,
So.
it won't do any harm.
And it's all organic matter, so if you cut them open, no.
They're enclosed in some plastic netting, so
All right.
that's the only thing.
All right. Anybody have any other questions?
I have no other questions. I think we should just leave it there till the spring.
I would say
Yeah.
remove them in the
And I
spring.
mean,
Yeah.
he might be done his building or whatever, and dispose of them in the spring.
Okay.
Other than that, I'd have no issues.
Does that have to be a part of the order of conditions, or?
I think, I guess, it could still be issued, if the commission allows, as a COC. Just, I can obviously work with Andrew to.
He knows where I work, so.
Yeah. All right, so can I have a motion to approve this request for certificate of compliance, Town of Tewksbury, Department of Public Works, Main Street, Assessors Map 47, 48, 59, 60, 61, 72, 73, 83, 84, 85, 95, 96, 97, DEP file number 3051053.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is public hearing, request for determination of applicability, Eloy Texeria, 120 Prospect Hill Drive, Assessors Map 52, Lot 38. Hello. Did I get your name correct?
Eloy Texera.
Yes. All right.
So I'm just trying to add a pool and patio, and we're also creating a little like cement pad. This is an existing shed, and we're just moving that shed onto the cement pad by the pool, so that way all the pool equipment in the shed are all in one location, and some minor grading to level out the yard a little bit, and then straighten out the fence after the leveling of the yard.
All right.
How big is the shed?
12 by 10?
12 by 10, so that's under 100, that's 120 square feet, so that doesn't, it can go in the no-build zone because it's under 120, well, 120 square feet or under. If it was larger, then we'd have to deal with it, so I have no other issues.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my only concern, is that it's just being moved, but it's under the, or it's an allowable, size. So
Yeah.
I have no issues. Anybody else have any questions or concerns?
No further issues.
All right. Can I have actually, this is a public hearing, so I don't see anybody getting up to speak on this. So let's close the public hearing for a request for determination of applicability. Eloy Texeria, 120 Prospect Hill Drive, Assessors Map 52, Lot 38.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the chair votes aye as well. The public hearing has been closed, and can I have a motion to approve the request for determination of applicability? Eloy Texeria, 120 Prospect Hill Drive, Assessors Map 52, Lot 38.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion for a negative determination on request for determination of applicability for Eli Texeria, 120 Prospect Hill Drive. Assessors Map 52, Lot 38.
Appreciate
I'll
that.
second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So all set to move forward?
What's that?
I'm all set to move forward with everything?
Yes.
Do I need to do it?
So a permit will be issued. I'll coordinate with you when that is issued. And then there's a 10-day appeal period. Within that 10-day appeal period, you are allowed to proceed at risk, because technically Mass DEP can intervene if they so choose, but.
Okay. All right. So I'm all set. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, next is public hearing, request for determination of applicability, GCG Associates, Inc., on behalf of the Town of Tewksbury, Department of Public Works, Assel Street and Pike Street, Assessors Map 5, 10, 21, and 22.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Carter. I'm here from GCG Associates.
Andrew Stack, Tewksbury DPW Engineering Division.
So we are here today for request of determination. We have a water main project that we're working with for the town of Tewksbury on, and we are replacing a water main, 6-inch water main on Assel Street between number 279 and 249. And pretty much what we're looking to do is abandon the 6-inch water main in place and install a new 8-inch ductile iron water main. All work would be completed in the town right away in the pavement. For this project, we would be within the 25-foot no-build zone, 50-foot no disturb, and the 100-foot buffer. End of the day, all work would be backfilled. We would have straw wattles along the side of the road to protect the wetlands. And we are requesting a waiver from the town's bylaw for the public good.
There's no concern that this is not for the public good, right? It's
Yeah.
a waterway, so, or not a waterway, but,
There's pipes already there, so.
Yeah, so
It's
it's-
existing, it's just
yeah.
replacing the pipe.
Well, they're not replacing.
And the waiver you're looking for is for the fee, correct?
Yes, in the past, when we've
Yeah.
had this done, we request a fee be waived because it is a town of Tewksbury project.
Okay.
Wait, are you replacing the pipe or are you abandoning and adding a new pipe?
We are abandoning the 6-inch water main in
So
place.
it's not a replacement per se.
Yep, so the 6-inch water main would stay in place, we'd install directly next to it. We provided the plans, I can show you on this board if that's easier. Yeah, so water main will stay just as it is and will connect into the new water main. It's just typical practice because the water main is quite old and needs to be replaced.
That was the one thing I noticed in your comments, Joe. You said replacements.
Yeah.
Is this considered a replacement? Because it's not truly a replacement.
Yeah, it could go, it's up to interpretation essentially. It's like, it is in effect a replacement, but it's not physically replacing, like it's not a remove and replace.
Correct.
So they could do it under the public good exemption or the exemptions I cited in this, the CAT document. It could be like an installation of underground utility, or for our town bylaws, maintaining, repairing, or replacing, but not substantially changing or enlarging an existing and lawfully located building or facility used in the service of the public to provide electric, gas, or water. So it's essentially if we consider the water line a facility of the town's water infrastructure is subject to the commission's interpretation. That would just be one exemption in addition to the public good.
I am willing to consider that, you know. I'm perfectly fine. All right. Any other questions or concerns? All right. So this would be I have to close the public hearing. So are there anybody from the public wanting to come up and speak about this? All right. So can I have a motion to close the public hearing? Request for determination of applicability, GCG Associates, Inc., on behalf of the Town of Tewksbury, Department of Public Works, Assel Street and Pike Street, Assessors Map 5, 10, 21, and 22.
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. The public hearing has been closed. And then it's the negative determination of applicability.
Well, first we have to, I'll make a motion to approve the waiver
Yeah, all
of
right.
the fee.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well.
And now I'll make a motion for a negative determination of applicability, GCG Associates Incorporated, on behalf of the Town of Tewksbury, Department of Public Works, Assel and Pike Street, Assessors Map 5, 10, 21, and 22.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Before we move on to the next one, I saw some people come in. Is anybody here for the Vale Street agenda item? All right, just want to make sure, because that has been moved to the next meeting. All right, so Agenda item E, public hearing, request for determination of applicability, Civil Design Consultants, Inc., 1768 and 1788 Main Street, Assessors Map 85, Lot 5 and Lot 6, respectively. Anybody here for that? Oh.
Don't say-
Is the applicant here?
Yeah.
The applicant is not.
Apparently not. Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion to table this to the end of the meeting or go through the rest of it. Maybe the applicant will show up.
All right.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. It's being tabled to E. All right. Agenda item G, request for extension permit for order of conditions, Civil Design Consultants, Inc., Border Road, Lot 1, Assessors Map 105, Local Lot Number 1, DEP file number 305-1032. Is anybody here for that?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve, this is the extension, correct?
Yes.
To approve the extension of the permit of conditions, Civil Design Consultants, Border Road, Lot 1, Assessors Map 105, Local Lot Number 1, DEP number 305-1032 for 2 years, and it will go from October 10th, 2021 to October 10th, 2023. Correct?
I forget if it's a 2-year extension.
It does say 2-year extension.
2 year, okay, yeah.
I'm just going to make sure my addition is correct.
Yeah.
I went to school on rainy days. So October 10th, 2021 to October 10th, 2023.
Correct.
That's be the 2 years. So that's my motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. That has been extended until 2023. All right. Agenda item H, estoppel certificate, DEP file number 305985, Joshua Fox, 100 Donnie Martell Way, Assessors Map 76 and Lot 23.
I'm not Josh Fox, I'm Jeff Bush, but here on behalf of Josh and the ownership of 100 Donnie Martell Way.
The floor is yours.
Awesome. We're just here to apply for an estoppel certificate. It's part of the conservation restriction we have in place, or the owner has in place for the property that they developed. It's a formality for a sale. I walked the site with Joe last week to ensure that there were no outstanding issues, and to my knowledge, we've rectified any of the minor debris that was found on site, most of which was not associated with the development, but we felt happy to take care of it. So.
This is, I mean, judging by the DEP file number 985, it's quite an old, permit, so.
So this was, when the project was approved, it was approved with, part of it was conservation restriction land, so they just have to maintain that in accordance with whatever conditions are within the conservation restriction language. So generally, outside of some de minimis debris that, again, it was de minimis, it was maintained in good condition, so.
All right. This is my first estoppel certificate I've seen on the Conservation Commission, so I just want to make sure that I get the motion correct. Is it just an approval of the estoppel certificate?
Approval.
Yeah.
And then an execution, I believe. We need signatures from the board, but.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Can I have a motion to approve the estoppel certificate, DEP file number 305985, Joshua Fox, 100 Donnie Martell Way, Assessors Map 76, Lot 23?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Thank you very much.
Do I pick that up with you, Joe?
Yeah, I'll coordinate with it.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. Agenda item I, request for certificate of compliance, DEP file number 305559, David and Kelly Satterfield, 61 Melham Drive, Assessors Map 10, Lot 86.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. First of all, thank you to the board for entertaining us, and thank you to Mr. Fontaine for putting us on the agenda. I've been representing...
Can you state your name and stuff
I'm
for the
sorry, I
record?
apologize. Attorney Robert G. Peterson, 314 Main Street, Wilmington, for the applicants, David and Kelly Satterfield. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I've been working with the Satterfields for a few months and anticipated sale of their home, which was scheduled for tomorrow. To put it mildly, the sale of this property has resulted in a comedy of errors, the last of which is I was notified by the conveyancing attorney last Friday that an outstanding order of conditions, which I believe goes back to 2002, is still outstanding on this property. Looks like it encumbered the construction of the roadway, drainage structures. There were setbacks imposed upon some of the homes. The Satterfield's home was one of them. I do have, and I know Mr. Fontaine's been out on site, I do have pictures of the lot, if I may, Mr. Chairman. There are wetlands to the rear of the lot. I'm sure that Mr. Fontaine did see them. It's actually standing water. Directly behind the home is the active rail bed, Boston and Maine Railroad, which is 8 to 10 feet above grade from the backyard, so any water in that yard would be trapped anyway. There were some conditions in the order on it. I did go out and inspect the property myself. Most of them seem to have been complied with. This is one of the lots where natural vegetation was required to be maintained to the rear of the property. They only have about 10 feet of lawn, and the rest of it is natural. There's been no activity in the rear of the yard since the house was constructed. And we appeared before you this evening asking for a partial certificate of compliance for this dwelling.
All right, anybody have any questions or concerns?
I just wanted to state that I did go out to the site. It's an old order of conditions, originally issued on my record September 1998. So I think we've seen some of these in our past commissions, but
Hopefully these partial orders will be taken care of. All right, I don't have any questions or concerns for you guys. And this is not a public hearing, so can I have a motion to approve the request for certificate of compliance, DEP file number 305559, David and Kelly Satterfield, 61 Melham Drive, Assessors Map 10, Lot 86.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I believe this means you're leaving Tewksbury, and that's a shame.
We will miss it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the board, thank you very much.
I will coordinate with you tomorrow for as far as permit.
Okay,
Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Or we want to revisit.
Yeah, so agenda item E, is anybody here for civil design consultants? No? I'm sorry you came here and they didn't show up. All right.
All right, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to continue item E, public hearing request for determination of applicability, civil design consultants, 1768 and 1788 Main Street, Assessors Map 85, Lot 5, and Lot 6, respectively, to our next meeting.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. That has been continued. All right. And then we have some new business. Livingston Street, or Livingston Fields Drainage Project.
Yes,
like to speak on
I was informed that the Livingston Fields are subject to some flooding due to there's a drainage ditch that basically bisects the field. To my knowledge, that ditch is just conveying stormwater from the park across the street. So there is some interest in hiring Central Mass Mosquito, which they do maintenance of the work so that there isn't mosquito habitat development. And interestingly enough, they are exempt from WPA regulations. So as far as I know, it's a stormwater ditch. It's not like an intermittent stream or any natural resource, although there's like wetland vegetation has developed because of it. But I just wanted to bring it to the attention of the commission that work would happen. They have paperwork, there's a job proposal, and I've been in coordination with the company, but as of right now, it's just a proposal. Nothing has been brought to my attention where it's going to happen anytime soon, but in case you see any work happening there, it's exempt from WPA.
All right. I mean, I've been to Livingston Street Fields, a few times. I can't think of where this is located on it. And I'm more curious, does it look like it's an intermittent stream, or is it clearly a, oh,
That's by,
Right by the fresh
their
tractor.
parking lot.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the other side.
Yeah, so walk the dog.
So that ditch essentially drains all the park runoff. So
So when do they plan on doing the work?
I have no idea.
Well, you might want to coordinate with Mr. Hardeman, because last night there was an approval for the CPA. They are going to be at State Field, and they're going to be redoing the drainage there because it floods. And into that scenario, Mr. Hardeman might also coordinate with who was on item E. Was it E or the one for the country club there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's right next to that is where they're going to be digging up, putting drainage in, refilling, and sodding. So if the mosquito guy comes out and sprays in that area, and all of a sudden they dig it up, what is the purpose? So I just want to have some type of coordination between the applicant from the country club, the digging up of the field and replacing that, and the mosquito guy. So if they're all on the same page.
Right. So let me explain the project a little more in depth. So the CMMCP, the company that's exempt from WPA, they're not spraying. They're going to essentially be removing some debris within the ditch to allow the flow.
Part of the flow.
Yeah. So I don't think the work involves any spraying.
Well, not just spraying, but if he's digging the hole,
Yeah.
and then Mr. Hardeman comes in, he's going to dig the hole again, you know what I mean? Because if they're putting drainage, now State Field is the one that is across the street from the park,
Yes.
next to the parking lot,
Yes.
okay? That's, you know where they play cricket?
Yeah.
They're digging all that up. I mean, town meeting approved CPA funds to do this last evening. So, in our other applicant here, the country club there, residents, is right next to it too. So I think it makes more sense for all three of them to get together and say, how is the CMMP there going to affect what the town does in filling the, or fixing the drainage system? You know what I mean? You know, I
They
don't
should
want...
just
I
be
don't-
aware of what's happening,
Right.
so they don't redo the same work or
Correct.
work on top of each other or anything
Right.
like that,
Yeah.
so.
So if you can coordinate that with Mr. Hardeman, or whoever, I don't know, I'm sure it's the DPW that's going to be doing it, and the Mosquito, and Mr. Ginsberg, I think, is the country club, just to make, I just want to make sure that they're all on the same page, because if the Mosquito people dig a hole,
Yeah.
and a month later, Mr. Hardeman's coming digging the same hole.
Okay.
So
Yeah, no.
I just want to make sure they're all on the same page.
So, so the work that CMMCP does is just limited to the ditch. So I know that there's been, the other part of this project is that they want to install a subsurface drainage system beneath the field.
That's
what
that's
you're
my
talking
point,
about?
yes.
Okay. Okay, so that would require filing with us, to my
Well,
understanding.
that would be requiring to file with us from the town,
Yes.
not the other people.
Yes.
But I don't want the Mosquito people to go out and dig the
Yeah,
ditch,
okay, okay.
and then Mr. Hardeman come
Yeah.
out and say, well, I'm going to dig the ditch again.
Right, yeah.
So if you can turn around and have them, the Mosquito people,
Yeah.
dig the ditch, put the drainage in, then maybe the town can save some money and say,
Right,
okay, if we
okay.
do this, this, and this, we can save 10 grand on piping or something.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so I already have talked with CMMCP about the idea of installing a subsurface drainage system. They know about it. I will continue to reiterate that so that no one steps on each other's toes and.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll also talk with Kevin about that as well.
Right, and also the applicant for that item F, because that's in the same vicinity.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so just so he's aware that this is, so he doesn't dig a hole for no reason.
All right.
Or this, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
try to get them all on the same
Yeah,
page.
they should all be abutters to each other, so
Right.
they should be receiving something in the mail anyways, but yeah, like, you know, just coordinating with everybody, I think is a good option. All right, and then other new, I took these out of order apparently, new business topics, violation notice of 913 South Street.
Yeah.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I was just driving by South Street. I just noticed that this particular property had a soil stockpile on their side of the yard. It seemed pretty muddy. I noticed a bobcat in the backyard as well. I tried to stop by just to have a conversation just to see what the reasoning for the conditions were. I didn't get a notice, or no one was there, so I issued a violation notice just to get the conversation going. The violator has called me, and he said that he's getting a surveyor and a wetland scientist out there, so hopefully I hear back from him relatively soon.
All right,
So, okay, so that's, we did issue an enforcement order, correct?
No.
So it's just, you're just notifying
I'm
us that
just-
you,
yeah.
okay.
those are just new business topics. We don't have to vote on anything for those. So, no old business, that was the new business. Any administrators' reports?
No.
All right.
I just had a question for
Okay.
agenda item E. Is it a precedent that if the applicant doesn't show up for the project for an RDA, that we just continue it? I'm just, in general.
Well, we can't approve it.
Okay.
We can't approve or deny it because we don't have his information or what he wants to present. So I think the easiest thing to do is continue
Yeah.
it, but that's strike one.
Yeah.
You know, if he doesn't show up to the next one, strike two. You know what I mean? And if there's nobody here for the next one, something's wrong.
Yeah, they only said that they would not make it for or they just wanted to continue the notice of intent project for agenda item F. They didn't say anything about the RDA.
Oh, so and maybe it was just a miscommunication, but, all right. Then they're going to be coming back
He's
anyways.
usually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm surprised about that.
All right. Adjournment. Can I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The chair votes aye as well.